We are recapping Bridgerton, and this is season 3, episode 2. Penn and Colin kick off their flirtation training. I hope we get like a Rocky montage, like a training montage, but with like fluttering fans and winking. Penn is still not good at flirting. The Fetheringtons are engaging in an utter nightmare scenario. Lady Fetherington is asking how often her daughters are consummating their marriage. Light me on fire now. Interestingly enough, Prudence only did it once on their wedding night and has had no interest in like being in bed with her husband since. Gay. Everybody's gay on this show. I'm calling it now. Colin's having a threesome, a delight that I don't think he deserves yet, because frankly, he is very much still in the collective viewing public's doghouse. He goes to meet Penn to discuss their flirting lessons. And he's like, oh my God, mind-blowing breakthrough. When you go somewhere where not everybody is someone that you've known since you were 5, you can act different. It's like, yes, we know, Colin, you did not invent the concept of college. In the grand tradition of the Mondriches having nothing to do on this show, their big conflict this episode is that their new big fancy house has separate bedrooms and they miss each other. Guys, it's across the hall. You can walk to the other room. We'll get to it later. Colin has Penelope over to do like a practice ball so that they can practice flirt. And may I just take a moment to point out his slutty little waistcoat corset? Can we please make this a thing? So she's like, oh, I can't fake flirt with you. And he's like, yes, you can. And she's like, no, it's weird, we're friends. And he's like, nah, it won't be weird. Go ahead. And she's like, bet. And she says, your eyes are the most remarkable shade of blue, but they shine even brighter when you are kind. And he's like, and Eloise comes home, and it's a whole thing because Eloise and Penn are still very much not talking. So he's like, okay, Penn, you can hide in the study. While in the study, Penn stumbles upon Colin's password journal in which he has written some grade A AO3 smut. He comes in and catches her perving and is all mad about it. And he accidentally knocks over this lamp and the glass breaks and he cuts his hand, which instantly triggers the classic horny Will Turner trope. She binds his hand and they like have a little moment. Right up until the point that he finds out that she actually stole his father's pirate medallion back in the day and he storms out. I'm just kidding, that doesn't happen. But Penn does leave. But not before Eloise catches her and they have this like very tense moment of like, oh, we're not friends. It's sad. Lady Mondrich reenacts that closet scene from the Princess Diaries too. Eloise scolds Colin for bringing her frenemy around, which is fair, especially because Eloise has to keep like the secret in her head that she knows that Penn is Lady Whistledown. So like I get Eloise's deal, but it's very clear that like she still really cares about Penn and is having a really hard time with all this. Then it's ball time and Penn and Colin are scheming. By the way, Nicola Coughlan looks so goddamn gorgeous this whole season, and this look is no different. She's stunning. So she says that she wants to read more of his Wattpad fluff and smut about living in Paris, and he's like, okay, if you talk to one lord tonight, you can read one chapter. Eloise lets slip to Cressida Cowper that Colin is helping Penn find a husband. The scandal. And I'm just gonna go ahead and place my bets now on this one. Gay, I'm telling you. Speaking of which, back to the curious case of Francesca Bridgerton. She's super psyched to be talking to some guys who like love music and she can talk to them about the pianoforte, but the second the conversation gets the tiniest, smallest, itty-bittiest bit horny, she's like, bail. I'm just saying, I want to see her talk about music with Clea Duvall. Let's see how uninterested she is then. Play her some Chapel Roan. Let's see what happens. Back to the Fetheringtons, let's talk about these three's most egregious crime. It's not their ensembles and it's not the fact that they're all assholes. It's the fact that this one picked up a cookie, turned it over in her hands, went to eat it, then had it snatched out of her hand by this one who touched it and then sniffed it, and then it was snatched out of her hand by this one who just touched it 1,200 more times and then put it back on the plate. Jail for all three. Then we find out that nobody knows what sex is at all, and it's terrible. I can't even get into it. I have to move on. Ruh-roh, the town is buzz because somehow everybody found out that Colin is giving Penelope Riz lessons, and like these people are just really rich and bored and they have nothing else to worry about, so this is a big deal. Colin is pissed at Eloise for snitching to Cressida, but I don't think Cressida let it slip. Lady Danbury orchestrates it so that Francesca is playing the pianoforte and the queen gets to hear her, and boom, new diamond of the season chosen. Oh, and speaking of made up problems, the Mondriches realize that they can walk across the hall and go to each other's bedrooms. Resolved. Here's Lady Danbury being a whole vibe. Eloise comes at Cressida for like letting the secret slip at the ball, and she's like, bitch, I was not the one talking about other people's business at full volume at the ball. You were. This whole arc is very much giving you're not over your ex, and it's very gay. Everybody's gay. By season 7, it's just gonna be one big gay commune. I can't wait. Colin comes to visit Penn late at night, and Penelope asks him to kiss her because she is Drew Barrymore and she has never been kissed, baby. Now, I'm gonna be real. I don't like seeing Penelope have to beg Colin for anything. I don't like that because this man, once more, should be on his knees miserable for her. I'll let her beg, but he better be begging her soon and way more. Then he kisses her and it's so good. I can almost hear the director being like, Nicola, pretend you're bad at this, because it's so fire. And Colin is shook, as he should be. See you tomorrow for episode 3.